My wedding was only 3 weeks away. 3 weeks. After 2 years of planning, dreaming, and believing I had finally found the man I would spend the rest of my life with, everything seemed perfect. Or at least, that's what I thought. My name is Emily, and 3 weeks before I was supposed to walk down the aisle, a stranger sent me a photo that changed everything. I still remember that evening. I was sitting on my couch with my laptop open, finalizing the seating chart for our wedding reception. My fiancé, Ryan, had gone out with friends. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. My phone buzzed. At first, I ignored it. Then it buzzed again. Unknown number. I almost deleted it without reading. But something made me open the message. There was no greeting, no explanation, just one sentence. Before you marry him, you deserve to know the truth. Below the message was a photo. I stared at it, then I zoomed in. My heart stopped. The man in the photo was Ryan. My fiancé, the man I trusted more than anyone. And standing beside him was another woman. Not just standing, holding hands, looking very comfortable together, like a couple. At first, I convinced myself there had to be an explanation. Maybe it was old, maybe it was edited, maybe someone wanted to ruin our relationship. I quickly typed back, "Who is this?" No response. Minutes passed. Nothing. Then another message arrived, and what came next was even worse. 2. The stranger reveals more. The second message contained 3 more photos. Each one felt like a punch to the chest. In one photo, Ryan and the woman were having dinner. In another, they were leaving a hotel lobby. In the last photo, she was leaning her head on his shoulder. These weren't random moments. These weren't misunderstandings. These photos told a story. A story Ryan had never mentioned. I called him immediately. No answer. Again. No answer. Again. Straight to voicemail. For the first time in our entire relationship, I felt fear. Real fear, not because I was scared of losing him. Because deep down, I was beginning to realize I never truly knew him. An hour later, Ryan called back. He sounded normal, relaxed, happy. "Hey babe, babe." That word suddenly sounded fake. I asked him where he was. "With friends." His answer came too quickly. Too smoothly, almost rehearsed. I looked at the photos again. Then I asked a simple question. "Are you lying to me?" There was silence. Only a few seconds. But it felt like forever. Then he laughed. "Of course not." And that's when I knew. Something was wrong. Very wrong. 3. Digging for the truth. The next morning, I couldn't stop thinking about those photos. I skipped work. I stayed home. And I started searching. For the first time in 2 years, I became a detective in my own relationship. I checked old social media posts. Tagged photos, comments, anything. At first, I found nothing. Then I discovered a profile. A woman named Jessica, the same woman from the photos. I clicked through her page. Most posts were private, but one photo caught my attention. A birthday picture, posted 6 months earlier, and there was Ryan, standing beside her, smiling. The caption read, "Best birthday ever. Thank you for always being there." My stomach dropped. Always being there. What did that mean? Friend, coworker, boyfriend. I kept scrolling. Then I noticed something else. The comments. Someone had written, "You two are perfect together." Jessica replied with a heart emoji. I felt sick. Ryan had never mentioned her. Not once. Not ever. That evening, the stranger finally replied. And what they told me shattered everything. 4. The secret life. The stranger introduced herself. Her name was Sarah, and she wasn't trying to hurt me. She was trying to warn me. Sarah explained that Jessica was her cousin. And according to Jessica, Ryan wasn't engaged to someone else. Ryan was supposedly planning a future with her. At first, I didn't believe it. How could one man maintain 2 serious relationships? It sounded impossible. Then Sarah sent screenshots, messages, promises, plans, conversations stretching back over a year. Ryan told Jessica he loved her. Ryan talked about buying a house. Ryan discussed marriage, the same future he was building with me. I couldn't breathe. Every promise he made to me suddenly felt worthless. Every memory felt fake. Every, "I love you," sounded like a lie. But I needed proof directly from him. So I made a decision. I wouldn't confront him yet. I would wait, and I would learn everything. 5. The perfect fiancé. For the next 2 weeks, I pretended everything was normal. I smiled. I kissed him goodbye. I discussed wedding details. Meanwhile, I quietly gathered evidence. The more I learned, the worse it became. Ryan wasn't just lying, he was living two completely different lives. Different stories, different promises, different futures. Sometimes he told me he was working late. Those nights matched dates from photos Sarah shared. Sometimes he claimed he was visiting family. Instead, he was spending time with Jessica. I kept asking myself the same question. Why? Why propose to me? Why plan a wedding? Why build a life based on lies? But eventually I stopped asking. Because the answer didn't matter anymore. The truth mattered. And the truth was simple. Ryan had betrayed me. Now I had to decide what came next. 6. My revenge plan. I could have cancelled the wedding immediately. I could have screamed. I could have exposed him online. But I wanted something else. I wanted the truth to reveal itself. Naturally, publicly, undeniably. So I created a plan. A calm plan. A patient plan. And honestly, that made it even more powerful. I contacted Sarah. Together, we arranged a meeting with Jessica. I was nervous, terrified, actually. But when we met, something unexpected happened. She was just as shocked as I was. She didn't know about me. Not at all. She believed she was Ryan's only serious relationship. For hours, we compared stories. Photos, messages, dates. Everything matched. Neither of us had been the problem. Ryan was. And for the first time, instead of feeling angry at Jessica, I felt sorry for her. She had been betrayed too. That's when we made a decision together. Ryan would finally face the truth. 7. The wedding day surprise. 3 weeks passed. The wedding day arrived. Guests filled the venue. Family members smiled. Friends celebrated. Everyone believed they were about to witness a beautiful love story. Ryan certainly did. He looked confident, happy, completely unaware. As the ceremony began, my heart raced. Not because I was nervous. Because I knew what was coming. The officiant started speaking. Guests listened. Everything appeared normal. Then I raised my hand. I need a moment. The room became silent. Ryan looked confused. I turned toward him. Then I looked at the crowd. And I began speaking. I told them about the message. The photo. The investigation. The lies. The secret relationship. Every detail. Ryan's face changed instantly. The confidence disappeared. Then Jessica entered the room. The silence became absolute. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Ryan looked like he had seen a ghost. Because in a way, he had. His secret life had finally arrived. And there was nowhere left to hide. 8. The truth wins. Ryan tried explaining. He tried denying. Then he tried apologizing. But it was too late. The evidence spoke louder than his words. Guests saw the screenshots. Family members heard the truth. The story collapsed in front of everyone. For years, Ryan controlled the narrative. For years, he managed 2 lives. But in one afternoon, everything unraveled. The wedding was cancelled. People left shocked. Some were angry. Some were disappointed. But nobody was more disappointed than Ryan himself. Because for the first time, consequences had finally caught up with him. And honestly, that was enough. I didn't need revenge beyond that. The truth had already done the work. 9. Moving forward. The months that followed weren't easy. Healing never is. There were days I cried. Days I felt embarrassed. Days I questioned myself. But eventually, something changed. I stopped seeing myself as a victim. I started seeing myself as a survivor. Ryan's choices did not define me. His lies did not define me. His betrayal did not define me. I learned that trust is precious. And when someone breaks it, the loss belongs to them, not you. Jessica and I remained friends. Oddly enough, something good came from the worst experience of our lives. We both escaped a future built on deception. And that was something worth celebrating. 10. Final lesson. Looking back now, I often think about that stranger's message. One photo, one moment, one decision to open a text message. That's all it took to change my future. At the time, I thought my world was ending. But the truth is, it was only beginning. Because sometimes the most painful discoveries save us from even greater pain later. Sometimes betrayal is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a better one. And sometimes the greatest revenge isn't anger. It isn't shouting. It isn't destruction. It's exposing the truth, walking away with dignity, and building a happier life without the people who never deserved your trust. If there's one lesson I learned, it's this. Never ignore the truth when it appears in front of you. Even if it hurts. Because the truth may break your heart for a moment. But a lie can steal years of your life. And thankfully, I discovered the truth before I said, I do.